everybody, it is Steve, your friendly neighborhood lawn gnome. Welcome back to another video over here on That's Comical. And if you happen to be watching and it's a Wednesday, happy new comic book day. Well, we are back today to discuss the long-anticipated for many newest season of Daredevil Born Again over on Disney+. Of course, this once again brings Charlie Cox back as Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil, and of course Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. So, I don't know if you guys recall my review of Daredevil Born Again Season number 1. I was honestly not the biggest fan. I found the show quite dull and a little bit lifeless, and I really didn't like the way that certain characters were portrayed based on how they were portrayed in the Netflix series a couple of years prior. However, now that I have seen the second season, I will definitely say the following. Improvements were made. Not crazy overhauls, but slight improvements. I definitely found myself being a little bit more interested in the story that, of course, continued from Season 1. As we all know, the Kingpin has become the mayor of New York City, and his number one priority is to get rid of all the vigilantes that are out there. So this is pretty much a reference to a book that came out a couple of years ago called The Devil's Reign, where Wilson Fisk actually does become the mayor and does the exact same thing. The story's a little bit grander, it involves a lot more heroes, and of course Daredevil does play a major role, but I will definitely say that for what they tried to do on the small screen, they did not do a terrible job. I really appreciated a couple of the heroes that were actually featured in this, like the new incarnation of White Tiger, as well as the Swordsman. That is a character I never would have anticipated seeing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I really love the way that he was portrayed for the brief time that he had here. I also really thought the action sequences vastly improved. I really enjoyed the battles between Wilson Fisk and Matt Murdock, and I will definitely say, unless I am wrong about this, that the end of this story, of course, is very loosely based on a very gripping Daredevil story from the 1990s called The Fall of the Kingpin, which is a very big favorite amongst many Daredevil fans. Now, there were also some very impressive stories and a couple of twists that I did not anticipate, like Bullseye actually becoming more of an ally to Daredevil and not necessarily his arch nemesis, and then him even trying to redeem himself and become more of an anti-hero. That is just something that Bullseye does not do in the comic books, at least based on the Bullseye that I have read, but I will definitely say that the role that he played in this show definitely contributed to the story and the flow of the second season. It was also really nice to see Karen back because of the fact that what happened in Season 1 was something that I think a lot of Daredevil fans were very upset about, and there were also some other very interesting twists that affected the story, particularly with Wilson Fisk, and I do not want to give away the big one. But who is the real standout for me in this show? It's Michael Gandolfini. I love the character that he plays, and I really do appreciate, when it comes to the world of nepotism in the world of Hollywood, you don't really know what the stars, who happen to be sons and daughters of established legendary icons, and what they're going to do when they officially get onto the big screen. But ever since I saw Michael Gandolfini portray his father's character from The Sopranos in The Saints of Newark, I was so impressed, and I was hoping that he would get a lot more acting opportunities, and I'm so glad that the Marvel Cinematic Universe gave him an opportunity, because he really is a great actor, and I would love to see him in more projects. It definitely would make his father, James, rest his soul, so proud. So, at the end of the second season of Daredevil Born Again, I will definitely say that I am still on board, even though there was still much more that I would have liked to have seen improved, and of course, with a lot of people over in the world of social media, certain characters that we think would have made appearances of them make the show a lot better, especially towards the final episodes of the season. But apparently there will be a Season 3, and also we cannot forget the fact that Christine Ritter, returning as Jessica Jones, also did play well in the show, as well as a very big surprise at the very end, which is paving the way for something that happens to be in rumors right now, and to see that specific rumor take shape and actually show up in the next season of Daredevil Born Again, that would make me personally very, very happy. So those are my thoughts on Daredevil Born Again Season 2. I will definitely say if you liked the first season, you're going to really enjoy the second season, and if you had skepticism about the first season, you know, at least the second season is giving me reason to watch the third one. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Leave your comments in the box below. Let me know if you've been watching Daredevil Born Again. Love to hear your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one.